Class, how are you? So today you are going to learn something on the what? On the Frustum under the volume. And this one is on the topic of measurement. So want to check how it works, how you'll be able to get the volume of it. So the first of all is, you should be able to understand how the shape of the Frustum look like. So the first thing you should be able to understand is the shape of the Frustum. So on this shape, you get them from the measurement of what? Of the square or what? Or a rectangle. Then from there, you'll be able to look for the parts of it. Now the first thing you should be able to know, let's draw the shape of the Frustum, how it look like. The first thing you should be able to need the shape. So under this shape, we get this shape from the what? From the so you realize when I'm making this shape, I'll be able to put them in a group of what? So then maybe it is a chopped one. When it's like that, it has been chopped. So let's try to extend it so that we can see which shape will be able to be given out when it is not chopped. So that's an example of the Frustum. So this Frustum, you can see down here you have a certain shape that can be seen, isn't it? Which shape are you be able to see down here? A rectangle. And which shape is up here? Another rectangle. So it depends. When the shape down here is a rectangle or a square, you work according to how it is. So you realize the distance given here, the outer distance, the longer distance that you have been given here is the height. So this height can be given in two. You have the height of the chopped one and the height that is remaining. So you can see the two heights will never be the same. Will never be the same. Since of the distance of it, the distance of the long and the distance of the short. So you realize, let's use an example of our book, which we have been given the longest distance of this Frustum to be 27 meters. And the shortest distance to be what? The shortest distance height, the height of the shortest distance to be what? To be what class? 13.5. Then you have been given the measurement of the rectangle. Which measurement is here, class? Yes? 20 and what? 20 and 8. So these are which measurement? Meters or centimeters? And here centimeters again. So centimeters, then centimeters. Let's come to the next shape. Which shape is this one? Which form, class? Which measurement have they given here? 10 centimeters and 3 centimeters. So from here again, the first thing that you should be able to know is the formula for you to be able to work on this one. With that formula, it becomes so difficult. So let's start with the formula. The first thing you identify the formula to be used. Now let's look on the formula. Volume of the what? Of the Frustum. Class, what is the formula of getting the volume of the Frustum, class? Yes? A third? Yes? We talk about the base area times what? Times height. So here they are talking about the base area. You have to look on the shape that is in the base area. So when you are looking on them, you realize like this shape, you have how many shapes within them? You have two shapes within them. You have the larger shape and the smaller shape. So for you to be able to work on it, you have to work knowing very well. You have the shape that is smaller shape but is a chopped shape. So when you are looking on the larger shape, using the formula, be aware that again you have the smaller shape that is here. Then at the end of the result, you have to remove that from the total shape that you got in here. Now from the formula you have, where we say your third base area. And this base area is in which shape, class? This base area, it is in which shape, class? Is a rectangle. So under this shape, we will be able to say a third into brackets length times width. Then we multiply by what? height. Why am I using length times width? Because of the shape that is here is a rectangle, isn't it? Then from there, let's look about it. Now let's replace what we have. You have a third. Our length is what, class? 20, good. Our width is what? 8. Then we are saying you are using the what? We are using the two shape. We say we have the bigger shape and what? We have the bigger shape and smaller and the smaller shape. So this one we are working on the bigger one or a smaller one? So the bigger one. So we are talking about a volume of the bigger what? This is a volume of the bigger frustum, which we are going to work on it like that. So we are looking on the volume of the bigger frustum first. So let's now substitute it. What will be our height under the volume of the bigger height? Will it be what, class? 27. So we multiply by 20, 27. Now, we can now multiply the inside here, isn't it? So let's multiply 20 by 8. 20 by 8, class, very fast. 20 by 8. 160, good. We multiply by 27. Then from there we can be able to simplify, isn't it? We can see the number 3, isn't it? So let's start. 3 by 3, 1. 3 into 27, 9. Now we multiply the what? 160 times what? Times 9. What are you going to get, class? 160 times 9, very fast. Yes? 1,440. So this is the frustum of the bigger frustum. This is the volume of the bigger frustum. This is the volume of the bigger frustum. So let's now look for the volume of the smaller frustum. So let's look on the volume of the smaller what? Frustum. So the formula remains the same. What is the formula, class? A third over what, class? Into brackets what? Base area times what? Times height. Now let's look on the base area. The base area is in which shape, class? The base area is in which shape, class? It is in a rectangle shape. So again, under it we'll have a third into brackets length times what? Width, then we multiply by height. So let's look about it. A third, we multiply by the length. Our length there is what, class? It is what, class? 10. And our width is what? Our width is what? 3, good. Then our height is what, class? 13.5, good. Then from there we can be able to multiply the 2. 10 times 3? 10 times 3 is what? So you have a third times 30. We multiply by 13.5. We can simplify, isn't it? We can simplify whereby we can see 3 with 30 there, isn't it? So 3 into 3. 3 goes into 3 how many times, class? 1. 3 goes into 30 how many times? Yes? 10. Good. So let's now multiply. 3.5 times 10. What do we get, class? 135. What do we get, class? 135. So we can see this is the area of the bigger frustum. And the area of the bigger frustum accumulates with the one that has been chopped out. Under the area of the bigger frustum has been calculated with the one that has been chopped out. Then when you are looking on the area of the smaller frustum, is the chopped one. This one that has been removed out. So the area that we are looking, when you are looking on the area of the smaller one, we can see the area of the smaller one is 135, which is already been chopped out. So when you are looking for the remaining frustum, we have to take the area of the bigger frustum. We subtract with the area of the volume, not the area. The volume of the bigger frustum, we subtract with the volume of the smaller frustum. So there, under it, you take the volume of the bigger frustum, we minus with the volume of smaller frustum. So class, the volume of the bigger frustum is what? Yes, class? 1,440. We subtract our smaller one. And our smaller one is what, class? 135. So 5 minus 5, it is impossible. We borrow 1, isn't it? Making the number to be 10. 10 minus 5? 5. Here we remain with 3. 3 minus 3? 0. So 4 minus 1? 3. Then there we have 1. So we can now get the remaining frustum to be 1,305. But remember, it is what? It is centimeters what? Good, centimeter cubic. Volume is always in the cubic form. Is in the cubic form.